Real adventure riding isn't about power or size. It's about control, comfort, and confidence. As riders get more experienced, most of us stop wanting heavy bikes that fight us at low speeds or wear us out after a long day. Today we highlight 15 lightweight adventure motorcycles that are easy to handle, comfortable for long rides, proven to be reliable and easy for your wallet. These are the bikes that let you ride longer, with more comfort, and enjoy every mile. Number 15, Hero X-Pulse 204V. We kick off this list with the undisputed budget king of the adventure world. While it might look small to the uninitiated, the Hero X-Pulse 204V is a giant killer. It is the bike that proves you do not need deep pockets to cross continents. Hero MotoCorp, the largest manufacturer in the world, built this bike to survive the harshest roads in India, which means it can survive anything you throw at it. At its heart beats a simple yet robust 199 cubic centimeter oil-cooled single-cylinder engine, making roughly 19 horsepower. On paper, that sounds weak. In the real world, it is a tractor. It chugs through mud and climbs rocky inclines with a determination that shames bigger bikes. It weighs a feather-light 350 pounds wet, making it one of the easiest bikes to pick up when you inevitably drop it. It comes stock with a 21-inch front wheel and nearly 8 inches of suspension travel, meaning it is a legitimate off-roader, not a poseur. Ergonomically, it feels like a slightly larger dirt bike. The seat is narrow and flat, allowing for easy movement fore and aft. The handlebars are upright and perfect for standing. It is physically smaller than most adventure bikes, making it non-intimidating for shorter riders or those new to the dirt. It feels like a mountain bike with an engine. This is the perfect bike for the global backpacker. If you want to ride from London to Cape Town on a shoestring budget, this is your machine. It is simple, easy to fix with a hammer, and sips fuel like a scooter. A friend of mine rode one across the Himalayas. He said while the big BMW riders were stressing about electronic failures, he was just holding the throttle wide open and smiling. A brand new one costs between $2,500 and $3,000 depending on imports, while used ones are a steal at $1,500. If you think that this is cheap for a motorcycle, please like this video. But while the Hero is unbeatable for the price, what if you need a bit more highway speed and Japanese precision? Our next bike is a dual sport legend that bridges the gap perfectly. Number 14, Kawasaki KLX 300. Kawasaki didn't try to reinvent the wheel here. They just polished a gem. The KLX 300 is the definition of dual sport reliability that can handle light touring duties. It is for the rider who values dirt performance over highway comfort, but still needs a license plate to connect the trails. It is powered by a 292 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine, making 26 horsepower. Unlike the Hero, this engine has dual overhead cams and likes to rev. It is snappy and responsive. It features fully adjustable suspension and a curb weight of just 302 pounds. That weight figure is key. It is a scalpel in the woods compared to traditional adventure bikes that feel like sledgehammers. When you sit on it, you realize it is slim and tall, with a 35-inch seat height. The tank is incredibly narrow between the knees, which allows you to grip the bike effectively when riding technical terrain. It encourages an aggressive, forward riding position. It screams, "Attack the trail." This is the best use case for the weekend warrior. Ride it 50 miles to the trail, shred single track all day, and ride it home. It is more dirt-focused than road-focused. I know a guy who uses soft luggage on his KLX and does the backcountry discovery routes. He admits the highway sections are buzzy, but once he hits the dirt, he leaves the big adventure bikes in his dust. A new model runs $6,199, and used ones hold steady at $4,500. The KLX is a dirt bike with lights, but our next entry is a styling masterpiece that surprised everyone with its capability. Number 13, Triumph Scrambler 400X. Triumph shocked the world when they released a single-cylinder bike that actually feels premium. The Scrambler 400X is not just a style exercise. It is a legitimate light-duty adventure machine that brings British class to the lightweight segment. It uses a brand new TR Series 398 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single, making 39 horsepower. This engine is a gem. It is smooth, torquey, and sounds surprisingly deep. It features switchable traction control and ABS, which is rare at this price point. The 19-inch front wheel gives it stability on gravel roads while maintaining sharp handling on the pavement. Ergonomically, it is spacious. Triumph designed it to fit full-sized Western riders, so you don't look like a bear on a tricycle. The handlebars are wide and padded, giving you excellent leverage. The seat is comfortable for all-day cruising. It feels substantial, not cheap. The finish quality, the paint, the metal badges, the exhaust note is pure Triumph. It is the perfect gentleman explorer. It is perfect for fire roads, gravel paths, and urban commuting. It looks as good parked in front of a trendy cafe as it does covered in mud on a forest road. It proves you don't have to look like a Power Ranger to ride adventure. A new one costs $5,595, and used models are appearing around $4,800. So what is your favorite bike to own? Let us know in the comments. Number 12. Honda NX500. Formerly known as the CB500X, the rebranded NX500 takes Honda's legendary reliability and wraps it in a more rugged package. It is on the heavier side of lightweight, but its balance is unmatched. This is the bike for the rider who is realistic about their needs. 50% pavement, 50% dirt. It features a 471 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, making 47 horsepower. This engine is virtually vibration-free. It uses dual disc brakes up front and show a big piston forks, which is a massive upgrade over the old model. It weighs 432 pounds, which sounds heavy, but Honda carries the weight low, so it disappears once you're moving. It feels like a mini Africa twin. The fairing provides excellent wind protection for highway miles, reducing fatigue on long days. The seat is plush and supportive. It is the most comfortable highway bike on the first half of this list. You sit in the bike rather than on it, giving you a sense of security. This is the daily adventure. You can commute on it Monday through Friday and tour 2 states over on the weekend. It is smoother than any single-cylinder rival. I met a rider in Colorado who put 80,000 miles on this platform without a single mechanical failure. That is peace of mind you can't buy elsewhere. A new NX costs $8,299, while used ones are around $6,500. The Honda is sensible, but what if you want something insane? What if you want a rally bike with a license plate? Number 11, a JPPR7. This is the wild card. Built in a small factory in Portugal, the AJPPR7 is essentially a rally race bike that somehow got a license plate. It embarrasses mainstream bikes in terms of pure off-road performance. It is for the rider who thinks adventure means crossing the Sahara, not a gravel driveway. It houses a 600 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine derived from Husqvarna designs. It pumps out a massive 60 horsepower. It weighs just 360 pounds wet. But the coolest feature is the fuel tank. It is located under the seat to centralize mass. It also comes stock with a Samsung tablet tower for navigation, integrated right into the cockpit. It is tall and aggressive. The seat is a plank designed for racing, not touring. Standing up feels completely natural. The bike is razor thin between your legs. It is built for the attack position. When you ride it, you feel like a Dakar competitor. The suspension is fully adjustable, Sachs and Marzocchi components that soak up desert whoops at 60 miles per hour. This is the hardcore rally rider. If your idea of adventure involves sand dunes and technical desert crossings, this is the only bike you should look at. It is a niche machine, but for the right rider, it is perfection. A new one costs $11,500, and used ones are rare at $8,500. The AJP is a weapon, but it lacks Italian flair. Our next bike brings style to the dirt. Number 10, Fantic Caballero. 500 Rally. Italy enters the chat with pure style. The Fantic Caballero isn't just a pretty face. The rally trim adds serious off-road chops to this retro scrambler. It is a bike that makes you turn around and look at it every time you park. It uses a 449 cubic centimeter, liquid-cooled single-making 40 horsepower. This engine is punchy and loud. It features long-travel adjustable suspension and a high-mounted aero exhaust that sounds incredible straight from the factory. It weighs just 330 pounds dry, making it incredibly agile. It is compact and approachable. The seat height is manageable for most riders. The bars are wide Scrambler style with a crossbar pad. It makes you feel like a movie star from the 1970s. The fit and finish are surprisingly good, with milled aluminum parts and carbon fiber accents on the rally model. It is the stylish Scrambler. It is capable of serious off-road work, but it really shines on twisty back roads and gravel trails, where its lightweight makes it flickable. I rode one in Tuscany, and it was the most fun I've had on two wheels. It slides corners effortlessly and looks good doing it. A new one is $7,900 and used ones are $5,500. Style is great, but range is king. What if you want to ride 400 miles without stopping? Number 9 Kove, 450 Rally. The Chinese brand Kove didn't just enter the market, they kicked the door down. For years, riders laughed at Chinese motorcycles, calling them cheap copies. But Kove silenced the critics by entering the brutal Dakar Rally and finishing with stock-based bikes. The 450 Rally is the civilian version of that exact machine, and it is changing the perception of Chinese manufacturing forever. This isn't a knockoff, it is pure innovation. It packs a 449 cubic centimeter single-cylinder engine, making a healthy 51 horsepower. But the headline feature that makes everyone's jaw drop is the fuel capacity. It carries a massive 8 gallons of fuel distributed across 3 separate tanks, 2 low-slung front tanks and 1 in the rear subframe. It weighs just 320 pounds dry. It has a real-world range of nearly 400 miles. That is absolutely unheard of in this class. You can ride all day without ever looking for a gas pump. Despite the massive fuel load, it is surprisingly small. It feels incredibly slim between the knees because the fuel is carried low, acting as a ballast to keep the bike stable. When you stand up, you are looking over a tall, vertical windscreen and a carbon fiber-style rally tower that is ready for your road book or GPS. It feels purpose-built. There is nothing unnecessary on this bike. It features fully adjustable suspension that eats whoops for breakfast. I have to ask you a serious question. The specs are incredible, but does the Made in China label still scare you? Would you trust this bike deep in the desert? Let me know in the comments below. And while you are down there, click that like button and subscribe if you want to see us test this bike against the Japanese legends. This is the Desert Crosser. If you want to ride into the unknown and value autonomy above all else, this is the tool. A new Kove is $8,999, and used ones are appearing for $6,500. Kove is the newcomer, but a legend is returning. Our next bike is the successor to the most famous dual sport of all time. Number 8, Kawasaki KLE 500. For 2026, Kawasaki finally answered our prayers. They took the new 451 cubic centimeter engine from the Eliminator and built a proper successor to the beloved Versys X300. The KLE 500 is the multi-cylinder lightweight we have been waiting for to replace the aging KLR 650. It features a 451 cubic centimeter parallel twin, making 45 horsepower. Crucially, it fixes the main complaint of the old Versys: lack of torque. It features a 21-inch front wheel and wire-spoked rims, signaling its off-road intentions. It brings modern tech to a rugged platform. You get typical Kawasaki comfort, a broad supportive seat, and excellent wind protection that rivals much larger bikes. It feels larger than it is, giving you big bike comfort without the crushing weight. It has a robust subframe designed for hard panniers. This is the all-rounder. It is smooth enough for the interstate, but rugged enough for the backcountry discovery routes. It is the spiritual successor to the KLR 650, but 100 pounds lighter and with a sixth gear. It is the sensible choice that will do everything well. A new one costs $7,200. The Kawasaki is great, but the next bike is the one that forced everyone else to step up their game. Number 7. Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. The Sherpa engine changed everything for Royal Enfield. The Himalayan 450 is no longer a slow, heavy tractor. It is a modern water-cooled global contender that has put the Japanese and Austrians on notice. It features a 452 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single making 40 horsepower. It features ride-by-wire, tubeless spoke wheels, and the brilliant Tripper dash with Google Maps integration. Showa suspension provides superb damping that soaks up washboard roads like they aren't even there. It fits a wide range of riders. The seat is adjustable. The tank shape allows you to tuck your knees in when standing, unlike the old model, which was a bit wide. It feels rugged, like it was built with a sledgehammer. It feels unbreakable. This is the mountain goat. It excels in rough, rocky terrain, where its chassis stability and low-end torque pull you through anything. I rode this bike up a rocky pass at 12,000 feet, and the fuel injection didn't skip a beat. It is a bike that encourages you to explore the ends of the earth. A new one is $5,799, and used ones are $4,800. The Himalayan is tough, but what if you want the benchmark? The bike that everyone tries to copy? Number 6. Honda CRF 300L Rally. This is the benchmark. The CRF 300L Rally is the bike everyone else is trying to beat. It is the gold standard for the lightweight class. It brings legitimate Dakar styling and wind protection to a package that is friendly enough for a total beginner, but capable enough for a seasoned veteran. It looks like the factory race bike that won the desert, but it cost pennies to run. It uses a bulletproof 286 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single, making 27 horsepower. Now let's be real, it is not fast. It will not rip your arms off, but it is smooth, vibration-free, and unkillable. You can run it on terrible gas in the middle of nowhere, and it will run perfectly. It features a frame-mounted fairing with asymmetric LED headlights and a large fuel tank that gives you over 200 miles of range. It weighs 333 pounds. It is the Honda Civic of motorcycles. It isn't flashy, but it just works every single time. Ergonomically, it is soft and plush. The suspension is famously soft. It sags a lot when you sit on it. While racers hate this, travelers love it because it lowers the seat height and makes it easy to touch the ground. It absorbs potholes and washboards like a luxury car. The rally fairing takes the wind blast off your chest, making 65 miles per hour cruising tolerable for long periods. It is a relaxing place to be for 8 hours a day. This is the reliable world traveler. I have friends who have ridden this bike from London to Magadan without a single mechanical issue. If you want to ride around the world and know that you can find parts in any village, buy a Honda. It holds its value better than almost anything else on the market. A new one is $6,149, and used ones hold steady at $5,000 because nobody wants to sell them. Quick pause. We are entering the top 5. These bikes are the disruptors, the ones that are changing the rules of the game. If you want to see a twin-cylinder dirt bike that costs less than a KTM and sounds like a V-twin, stick around because the next bike broke the internet. Number 5. CF Moto Ibex 450. Also known as the 450 MT, this is the bike that didn't just break the internet, it shattered it. For years, we begged the Japanese manufacturers to build a lightweight, twin-cylinder adventure bike with real suspension. They ignored us. So CF Moto looked at the gap in the market and built the bike Yamaha should have built 5 years ago. It is the unicorn we were told didn't exist. It features a 449 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine with a 270-degree crank. Why does that matter? Because it gives it the pulse and sound of a V-twin. It makes 44 horsepower, but it puts it to the ground with a traction-grabbing cadence that feels like a baby Tenere 700. It comes stock with fully adjustable KYB suspension, offering 8 inches of travel and, crucially, cross-spoke tubeless wheels. That is a feature usually reserved for $20,000 European bikes. It hits the ergonomic sweet spot. It has a slim midsection that lets you lock your knees in for technical standing sections, but a wide enough seat for crushing highway miles. The windscreen is adjustable on the fly with a simple ratchet mechanism. You can raise it with one hand while riding. It feels more rally than touring. The ergonomics are spot on for off-road aggression, putting you in a commanding attack position over the front wheel. This is the undisputed value king. You are getting premium features, TFT dash, adjustable suspension, tubeless wheels, for half the price of the competition. It is fast, capable, and sounds amazing. I tested one on a motocross track, and it handled jumps that would have snapped a budget dual sport in half. It is a legitimate contender that demands respect. I have to know, does the low price tag make you suspicious, or are you ready to trust the new wave of Chinese engineering? Tell me your honest thoughts in the comments. A new one is $6,500 and used ones are $5,500. Value is good, but sometimes you want a legend reborn. Our next bike is the update we waited 25 years for. Number 4, Suzuki DRZ4S. It finally happened. After 25 years of the carburetor, Suzuki finally listened to the screams of the internet and released the brand new DRZ4S for 2026. It is fuel-injected, modern, and ready to reclaim its throne as the king of dual sports. The dinosaur has officially evolved. It uses a heavily updated version of the legendary 398 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled single, but the updates are massive. It now features modern fuel injection and ride-by-wire throttle control with 3-mode traction control that you can fully turn off for wheelies. It makes roughly 38 horsepower, which is a solid bump over the old corked-up model. It keeps the 5-speed gearbox, which is highly controversial. But Suzuki engineers insist the wider ratios allow it to crawl on trails and still handle highway speeds better than before. It feels like a modern dirt bike. It has a flat, narrow seat and high bars that put you in a commanding position. It is slim and flickable. It doesn't have a windscreen, so you are in the wind. But that is the point. It is far better off-road than the heavy adventure bikes that feel like riding a couch. It feels raw and connected to the terrain. This is the legend reborn. For riders who loved the old DRZ for its bomb-proof reliability, but hated jetting the carb and dealing with altitude issues, this is the perfect update. It is a true dual sport that can handle luggage and abuse. It will likely run for another 25 years without issue. A new one is $7,999. Suzuki went modern, but KTM went hardcore. The next bike is basically a race bike with blinkers that wants to hurt you in a good way. Number 3, KTM 390 Adventure R. KTM went back to the drawing board for 2026. The old 390 Adventure was a street bike on stilts. The new R model is a dedicated off-road weapon designed to dominate the class. It finally looks like the rally bikes KTM races in Dakar. It features a brand new LC4C 399 cubic centimeter single, 44 horsepower. Crucially, it now features a 21-inch front wheel and an 18-inch rear wheel. Proper dirt sizes for tire choices. The suspension travel is massive at 9 inches. It is tall and aggressive. The rally-style tower puts the GPS high in your line of sight, allowing you to navigate while standing. The seat is high, flat, and hard. KTM calls it ready-to-race comfort. It screams aggression. This is the technology leader. If you want cornering ABS, lean-sensitive traction control, and unmatched suspension performance in a small package, this is it. It rewards a skilled rider who pushes hard. A new one is $7,800, and previous gen used models are $6,500. KTM is for racers, but our runner-up is for the premium traveler. This is the bike that shocked the world at the auto shows. Number 2, BMW F450 GS. BMW shocked everyone by unveiling the F450 GS. This is not a rebranded Indian bike. This is a purebred Bavarian machine designed to fill the gap between the 310 and the 800. It is the Goldilocks bike BMW fans have demanded for a decade. It packs a brand new 450 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, making 48 horsepower. It uses a unique cross-plane firing order for maximum traction in the dirt. It weighs just 385 pounds. It comes with fully adjustable suspension and tubeless cross-spoke wheels. It feels like a premium product. The TFT dash is crisp and intuitive. The optional heated grips are a godsend on cold mornings. The seating position is upright and commanding, typical of the GS lineage. It feels substantial and planted, giving you confidence. This is the premium lightweight. It brings the refinement, electronics, and build quality of a $20,000 GS into a lightweight, manageable package. It is for the rider who wants luxury in the dirt. A new one is $8,500. And finally, the #1 lightweight adventure motorcycle to own in 2026. It combines heritage, performance, and a cool factor that no other bike can match. Number 1, Yamaha Tenere 700. Okay, hear me out. The stock Tenere is a middleweight, but for 2026, Yamaha introduced the rally trim that strips weight and focuses on pure dirt performance. Even at 450 pounds, it rides lighter than any 450 cubic centimeters bike on this list. It is the gold standard of reliability and capability. It uses the legendary 689 cubic centimeter CP2 parallel twin, 72 horsepower. Nothing else on this list touches that power. It has no traction control and no ride modes on the base model, just pure mechanical grip. It is the antithesis of the modern computer-controlled bike. It fits like a glove. The slim tank allows you to move around effortlessly. Standing up feels completely natural. It balances perfectly at low speeds, making technical riding easier than on smaller, lighter bikes. It has a cult following for a reason. This is the one bike to rule them all. It is light enough for single track, fast enough for the Autobahn, and reliable enough for the apocalypse. It is the best adventure bike in the world, pound for pound. A new one costs $10,799, and used ones hold value at $8,500. Click on the next video to continue the ride with us. Join our tribe by subscribing and like this video to favor the algorithm.